Hey friends, welcome to another OP-1 tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to turn your OP-1 into an MPC style live finger drumming thing, where we're going to have chords over here, and we're going to have drums over here, and you can play them all together like this. Yeah, and it's actually really easy because you don't need any other samples. As long as you have the current firmware update in your OP-1, you can do all this. Yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is find an empty section in your tape, and I'm just going to use this section right here. I have a little recording on the bottom. I'm going to press this, and it's going to lift it up, and now it's gone. Forever. Actually, I can put it back if I want. I can press that, but I'm going to lift it up and not put it back. So now it's gone. This is going to be our empty section, and this is where we're going to lay down all of our samples that we want to play live. So now we're going to press the synth button, and let's find a good synth sound. So I'm going to hold down this little bubble thing, and when you hold it down, it tells you what's going on. So right now I'm on preset number 5, and I'm on the synth. Like it'll tell you what presets you're on, and it'll tell you what notes you're hitting. It'll tell you if you're in tape or drum or synth. Yeah, it's pretty handy just to kind of see where you're at. Yeah, so we're in synth. Let's see, let's do preset number 5. So the DSYNTH has some cool sounds. Let's just use that. So let's use Legacy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our ADSR, which stands for Attack, Decay, Sustain, and Release. And I'm going to turn my release all the way up. And let's see, I'm going to turn my attack down a little bit so we get kind of a, maybe a little more. Yeah, I like that sound. So we're going to lay down some chords. We're going to lay them in a row in the tape. Let's make some chords. And if you don't know how to make chords, and if you know nothing about like music theory, it's totally okay. A cool trick is to just stick to the white keys and press a key and then skip one, press another key, skip one, press another key, and so on. You get that cool sound. And that works anywhere on the keyboard. It's just some cool chords. You don't need to know what chords there are. They're just some cool sounding chords. So let's lay those down. So I'm going to hold down, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what I want, the octave lower. So I'm going to hold down record, and so it's armed, and as soon as I press a chord, it's going to start recording. So right now, I'm just going to press one chord, one after the other, pretty quickly so that I can sample them later, like this. And that's all we're going to do for that. So those are going to be our chords. So let's find some drum sounds now. Where are we at? So we're on user 7. No, let's go to, here we go. So this beef kit is awesome. You have this sound if you're up to date. Man, it's just it's a good sounding kit. So let's use these sounds. I'm going to use the kick, the snare, the closed hat, and the open hat. So we're just going to lay those down one after the other. So I'm going to hold down record and press play, and it's going to start rolling. And as soon as the chords are done, I'm going to press each drum sound individually. Cool, and those are all of our samples that we're going to use. Just some chords and a good drum kit. So now let's go over to our drum set. We're going to hold down shift and press just an empty preset. It doesn't matter which preset you pick as long as you're on the drum, because that's the drum sampler machine. We're going to press drum again, and we're going to press the microphone. So now we're ready to sample. So when you're going to sample, you have 3 options. You have the mic. So you can sample things like snaps or whatever. If you have the input plugged in, like to your phone or an instrument or something, this will turn into the input, and then you can sample from the input. You can sample from the radio.
And one of the concerns that I would have with these records,
which is pretty cool to get some like random sounds. That's always fun to play with. And then we're going to go to the ear, which is just listening to the tape machine. And you can kind of see where we're going with this. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to hold down this middle C, and now it's waiting for a signal. Press stop to make sure it's at the beginning of the loop. We're going to press play, and it's gonna lay down all those samples. And that's that. So we're gonna press stop now. So now we have all those samples just kind of laid out on the keyboard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop them up. So these are gonna be our chords, right? Now I hear that popping noise. That's because the little red arrow means that it's gonna play for as long as I hold it. But if I turn the red knob, the arrow with the line means it's gonna play the sample all the way through, like no matter how long I press down the key. So I wanna do that for each chord. So that's our first chord. Let's find our second chord. There's our second chord. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the red arrow. And then let's find our third chord. There it is. So I'm gonna chop that up. Yeah, cool. So that'll do. There's our chords. And now over here, we're gonna lay down our drum set. So let's find our kick. Let's see. That's our snare. There's our kick. We're gonna do the same thing with the red arrow. Another option is to loop it. That could get pretty crazy for some other stuff you want to do, but for now we're just going to do that. So it plays the sample all the way through. We're going to find our snare. Then we're going to find our closed hat. And then our open hat. Awesome. So now we have this. So now we can play them live like this. Yeah, so that's how you do that. And you can get really crazy. You can sample in some like runny like licks. You can do, I mean, the possibilities are endless, but this is just your basic kind of layout to just to get started with that. So I hope you were able to follow along with your OP-1. And if you have any questions, please message me or comment, and I'm happy to help you out. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much for watching.